Now, my own personal experience with this program after the PD, I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done. Okay. All right. Before I'd done the professional development, I had class rules. They were discussed and they were on display, but there was a lot of them, I have to say. I have a rewards chart in my classroom that's given to each child, and behaviour and student work were rewarded randomly. So each child would colour in a box when they'd actually done good work, or when their behaviour had been exceptional, I would say you could colour in a box. And the reward for that was at the end of the time they would get a lolly, or they would get to put into a group jar for reward at the end of the term for the group, or after they have collected a lot of points they would get a homework-free week. So I already had a reward system going. And recognition was given for other positive behaviour by awarding Pupil of the Week award or giving house points to students for other things as well. Okay, changes that I made after I had done the professional development. I went back and the class rights were discussed with students, and it was decided to narrow them down to 2 rights. A chart was displayed showing the right to learn and the right to be safe, and the responsibilities associated with this right. Now, I tried to make this chart, I haven't taken a photo because it's not fantastic, but so it looked like a world, and we came in from the world and how we were responsible at the centre for ourselves, but we were responsible for the whole of the class. Each student was asked then to take a focus of their own behaviour, which they thought could be improved upon. They developed their own why chart and shared what it meant to them to exhibit that particular behaviour. Classroom talk was changed. More positive statements are now used by students to talk about rights and responsibilities. It's interesting that children talk a lot about don't talk, don't do this, don't do that. So when we actually developed the chart, we actually had to change the talk within the classroom to leave out the word don't. What's a different way of saying it? So instead of saying don't talk, we talked about I should be listening. There are different ways of talking. And teacher planning improved to take more account of the learning needs styles of students who fall into the C category. Those students who are more visually orientated, which we don't have many of. Okay, the teacher resources that I've developed. Okay, I made a look and find chart which simplifies the 4 kinds of students identified by DMA and is for use and quick reference by the classroom teacher. So it's a very simple chart that if you're not sure where to identify a child to, you can look it up and place them even in between a BC or an AB child. I took one of the ideas that Raymond had told us about encourager badges to bring students into the communal responsibility. Now, I picked students who were reasonably well behaved and I gave 3 badges out the first week, and I found that the system was not working that well. And I think it's because I picked the students who were probably A students, and they were concerned about their own learning and not anyone else's, and that's what they continued to be. The next week, I chose students who were BC students, and I found that these students were encouraged a lot to encourage other students to listen, so it worked well. I also found that I put an orange badge on myself, because these badges are orange, without a face on it. And while we were sitting on the floor, when children were, say, fiddling or talking, all I would need to do was actually touch the badge, and mostly that person understood what it meant. Or I would say things like, I encourage you to listen. So the language had changed within the classroom. I also developed these posters to remind me of what type of child that I am dealing with. And they're an A, a B, a C and a D poster, and I hope the students don't know what they mean. because that's the whole idea. Okay. And this is a photo that I thought that I hope my classroom management skills will make me look like this serene and calm duck who lets her ducklings deviate from the straight line to explore and learn on their own and then come back to the group when needed. Thank you.